everyone. My name is Estefany Can, and today I will be reading Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of the God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day, they pour forth speech. Night after night, they reveal knowledge. They have no speech. They use no words. No sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the end of the world. In the heavens, God has pitched a tent for the sun. It's like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and makes its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. The law of the Lord is perfect, refreshing the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commandments of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The decrees of the Lord are firm, and all of them are righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the honeycomb. By them your servant is warned. In keeping them there is great reward. But who can discern their own errors? Forgive my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and this meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. The first part of this psalm took me to my favorite place, probably in the entire world, which is Shoreline. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it. I walk on Shoreline, and most of the time, I am always breathtaken. It happens without fail. It's something that happens over and over again. And it doesn't surprise me. I reflect on the word and I reflect on those moments. And when I am out staring at the ocean on that cliff, I feel most centered and closest to my Maker. It says that they have no speech, they use no words, no sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the end of the world. Most of the time, I stand there and I say nothing, because this place, this beauty, really speaks for itself. It speaks about the beauty and the bigness and the grandness of what God is and who he is. And it talks about how perfect this place was made to reflect him. My favorite time to go is when it is sunset. And in here it says, it rises at one end of the heavens and makes its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. It's so beautiful to sit there and watch that sunset. And as it sets, I mostly always think of my Maker. I think of how perfectly he made this world. I think of how perfectly the sun rises without fail and it sets without fail, and how that steadfast beauty stays. Recently, I had a really close friend of mine pass away. And as I was praying and I was deep in grief, the Lord came to me. And I didn't ask for a lot besides just comfort. I asked for his discernment, I asked for him to give me comfort to give to my friend's fiance. And the Lord said to me that the answer to grief was love. The law of the Lord is perfect, refreshing the soul. I think back to the biggest commandment, the biggest law that he gave us to follow, and that was for us to love each other like he loved us. And so I think back to this time where I grieve, and I still grieve, and he constantly reminds me that they are more precious than gold, than much more pure gold. They are sweeter than the honey of a honeycomb. That this law that he has given me to follow and to abide by is so perfect, and that it is the answer to mostly everything. And then I also think of the forgiveness when it says, "But who can discern their own errors? Forgive my hidden faults." There are times where I do not lean on that law. I lean on my law. So it says to keep this close to my heart, for it is of great reward. And I think of the reward. And the reward is him. The reward to abide by his law, by his love, is him. He is my reward. And as I wake up in grief one day and not the other, I think of him and of how he is my reward always. And I think of this law that stands true, just like the sun that rises and the sun that sets. May these words of my mouth and this meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer.
This has been Wednesday Word with the Free Methodist Church of Santa Barbara. We hope that you will join us for worship this week. For information about our service times, visit fmcsb.org.